Shalom, shalom, Yashar Allah. We're going to start off first things first, giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rakadash, which in the Petty Hubert time, it's correct name of the Father, the Son, and the Spirit. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to your sister, brothers, living this truth, and shalom to brothers and sisters that's listening and studying to show yourselves approved. Shalom. We adjust that. Hey, moves is being made, Yashar. Major moves are being made that I believe that the mainstream media is not really covering like they should. You know, they're covering the folly, but not the moves that's being made that's going to give life to the image of the beast, which we know the MOTB will roll out when that happens. So check this out, Yashar. This is Putin's dollar problem is on clear display at the Brics summit, starting with the moment guests land on the airport. So Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, just called for a summit with other world leaders. And what was the topic? Ditching the dollar. And that's what this is October 23rd, so check it out. It says Russian President Vladimir Putin is hosting a major summit with more than 20 world leaders whom he's trying to convince to ditch the dollar. I read another article that said 36. So I don't know if they're adding up everybody or how it is, but we're going to keep reading. De-dollarization is one of Putin's priorities because trading in local currencies would mean that a heavily sanctioned Russian wouldn't be beholden to the Western U.S. dollar-dominated global financial order. So what they're saying right there, when Russia jumped on Ukraine, America, Babylon the Great, put sanctions on Russia, which hurt their economy. It hurted them. So now what Putin is doing when he gathered all these nations, which the Bible said he would do that, Ezekiel chapter 38, with him gathering up these nations, he's making them pull their money together so it offsets the sanctions that Babylon the Great puts on Russia. It'll make it where Babylon the Great, the USA, cannot use their money as a weapon anymore. They're doing a reach around on it. That's what's happening, Yashar. So it says, but it's not easy to move away from the greenback. The organizers of the Brics Summit have advised foreign attendees to bring cash, specifically US dollars and euros, to the event in the Russian city of Kazan. Most Russian banks will only take US dollars or euros, which Moscow has deemed toxic currencies, to exchange for rubles, according to a guide on the summit's website. So he's trying to get them to dump their dollar and exchange it in his currency, because, you know, the BRICS stands for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. They're all putting their resources together and trying to cut out Babylon the Great, which this is going to lead to major war. And we know this has been a concerted effort. They all got to talk about it, world leaders, and all it's going to do is bring life into the image of the beast, because they're all going to consolidate together the money system. It says going cashless isn't an option since it's not possible to use MasterCard or Visa cards issued outside Russia in the country. And see, I didn't know that until reading that. I had no idea they was getting down like that. So I see why things is getting real spicy. So if you use a Visa or a MasterCard, you have to get it in Russia to make it work in Russia. So as the two card carriers halted local operation days after Russia invaded Ukraine in 2022. See, they said they had a big impact on them at first, but Russia did like a reverse Uno card, reversed the game, and now everything is backfiring on Babylon the Great and the European Union. That's why they said dump your cash and your euros. Those are the two countries that this side, the BRICS nations, are supposed to be against. But through the scriptures, we know they all going to be on one accord to get that system going. Because one thing you got to notice, Yashar, the US dollar is the world reserve currency. So if you crash the world reserve currency, you're going to crash the world economy. So it's going to force all of them to go digital. And that's when we know that MOTB is going to reign out once all the money systems, because China, I think they are already digital. Once all the money goes digital, the CBDC, central bank digital currency, then the MOTB will roll right after that. So we're gonna keep on reading. It says China's Union Pay cards may be used, but with restrictions, the guy says. Attendees may apply for Russia's MRR payment card, and there's a bank at Kazan's International Airport to get a card, exchange currency, and withdraw cash. These issues of payments not only undermine the bluster of Brics Group's call to de-dollarize, but they also underscore the immense challenge Brics will have to unseat King Dollar, which is firmly entrenched in the global financial order. The group of emerging nations anchored by Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa is not giving up. On Tuesday, see, today is Wednesday the 23rd, so that was yesterday. On Tuesday, Putin again touted the use of local currencies on the sidelines of the summit's first day. So like, they're going to be talking about for some days. They getting some stuff, some stuff straightened out, Yasharala. So it says the growth of payments in local currencies make it possible to reduce the debt service fee, increase the financial independence of BRICS member countries. They're trying to box them out. And also to mitigate geopolitical risks to the greatest extent possible and as much as possible in the current world, separate economic development from politics. So basically saying you can't sanction me no more once we get this off the ground. Putin said on Tuesday at a meeting with Dilma Rousseff, the president of the BRICS New Development Bank, according to Russia's TASS state news agency. It says, Putin is also hobnobbing with Chinese leader Xi Jinping. And if you like me, Yashua, I'm like, what the heck is hobnobbing? What the heck is hobnobbing? But don't worry. I got your back, Yashua. So see what hobnobbing means. To associate familiarly. This one right here, hobnob means associate or very friendly terms or drink together. Hobnob means to spend time being friendly with someone who's important or famous. So they just use kind of crazy words. They could just say he's hosting. They got to use hobnobbing. They let you know they kind of butthurt in that article, Yasharala. So let's get back to it. It says Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, South Africa's President, UN Secretary General at the summit this week. Brazilian President Luiz Lula da Silva canceled his trip at the fall at home. So Brazil wasn't there, but South Africa was there, India was there, China was there, and they didn't have Brazil there. It says the BRICS summit is larger this year because the West Weary group has welcomed the new members of Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, who's in a heated battle right now, and the United Arab Emirates over the past year. Saudi Arabia has been invited but hasn't formally joined the club. And see, I thought Saudi Arabia was a part of it. So I guess they just talking, they ain't officially a part of it. And see, when they officially become a part of it, that's going to cook Babylon the Great because they need Saudi Arabia for oil. And I'm going to play a clip that's going to talk about that. So they got Iran, Ethiopia, the UAE. They just need Saudi Arabia. So it says Russia is the BRICS chair this year. So a bigger summit is a feather in the cap of Putin, who has had a busy social calendar this year, even though Russia and the Russian leader himself have been heavily sanctioned. Before the BRICS summit, Putin was already globetrotting and socializing with top leaders from Asian countries, including China, India, Vietnam, and Indonesia. Despite the BRICS' interest in reshaping the world order, the group is fraught with rivalries and competing interests that it first has to overcome, analysts told Business Insider. Behind the rhetoric, there's a huge concern, even with Russia, whether new members will become their equals. Evgeny Rochin, a visiting scholar at Johns Hopkins University, Henry A. Kissinger Center for Global Affairs, and that was a horrible devil right there, Yashrala. That Henry Kissinger, that dude did a lot of war. And it said at a press briefing held by the Center for European Policy Analysis on Monday. So I guess the whole article right there. So the BRICS, man, they want to get rid of physical cash. And it might seem like they're all against each other, but this is all a concerted effort, Yashrala, so they can go digital to better track people. Because, you get some cash, you can pay somebody in cash, No, the government systems can't track that. But once you go digital, they can track every single dollar cent you send to somebody. And that's what this is about, man. This shows they're about to go for that totality and control. It's gonna be the rise of dictatorships, Yasharala. This is about to go down with these movements that's happening at this Brics summit. Because I believe it's gonna come together, they're gonna make it happen. So let's go get the scriptures. And I want to start at Revelation 13 and 15. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So they say he had power to give life into the image of the beast. The summit that's trying to give life into that image, because they're all going to be on one accord. It's going to be a one world government. They're all going to get their power over. And see, where's their beast at? It's in, what's that, Davos, Switzerland? The World Economic Forum. Klaus Schwab and them. They really running the show. And they want everybody to go digital. So you look at it, you got Russia, China, they all going to go digital, man. They all going to give their power to the beast system, and they're going to go digital. This is a small hatter plan. Well, really, I can't give credit to them. This is a Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah plan. This is going to bring prophecy to life. We're seeing it, and I believe they should. They're not talking about it, but this is not getting mainstream media like it should, because this is a very big event that's going to take us to a whole new level. It's going to change society once this stuff kicks in. And they got everybody distracted, not looking at what's really going on. Because this is about to happen. So I'm about to go play a clip on TikTok that I put in there that's going to it brought up some things that I didn't even think about that the BRICS nation is bringing and the dependence that is bringing with it. But you're going to hear Edom might break it down. You can just hear it in his voice like, man, we cooked. You know, you can hear it. So check it out. Let me get the clip, Yasharala.
Imagine a world where Brics has their own system. Brics is the largest group in the world. They have over $60 trillion. G7 doesn't even touch that. They are growing substantially, and they have a massive amount of oil. If they get their way, they are going to control oil and the price of a barrel of crude. Saudi Arabia, where they could drill a well and it could produce for 60 years. Where American oil fields are not even a tenth of as old, but they are declining faster than 60-year-old fields in the Middle East. So to put simply, we don't have enough oil. And they could cut us off from oil and cause us to come begging for energy. I'm telling you right now, the reason why America is inserting themselves in the Middle East, they're realizing that their promises about green energy and them not needing oil is completely political. Imagine a world where Brics has their own system.
You see that? So it also goes with the oil. Yeah, so I didn't even think about that. Because all these economies are built on oil with these cars. You know, the whole industry is dependent on oil for machinery and things that, you know, society is using. Everybody uses automobiles and cars and trucks and trains. You need oil. You need oil for your military. So that's huge right there. So what we're saying is we're seeing the downfall of Babylon the Great as people know it. You know, America, which prophesied in the book, our book, that was going to happen. So I'm going to go get James. So they ain't got no choice but to throw the dollar away. Tell you the truth, y'all, sure. That's why they're trying to get their Fed now going. Because Esau knows it. Now, people that done stacked up all these US dollars, hey, man, whew, they going to have a rude awakening, man. They find out that this stuff ain't worthless. Or look, they'll do them like this. Check this out, y'all, Shrala. Say if you got $50 million of cash money. Now, when that dollar crash, it's going to zero out. But Esau might come and say, hey, man, if you take this micro CHIP in your body, you can transfer it over to digital. And how many people you think going to take that deal? You know, if you got 20 men, they ain't gonna just let that go to nothing. They're gonna take the deal. If they ain't got the spirit of the Lord in them. So that's an easy move Esau can do to get a whole bunch of people on board right before, all hell break loose. So this is James 5:1 says, Go to now, yea, rich man, weep and howl, for your misery shall come upon you. Woo, that dollar crash, man. That's gonna cause instant panic, Yashral. And then Esau's gonna look to, reign in the chaos with that MOTB. Verse 2, your riches are corrupted and your garments are moth-eaten. See, Esau's riches are corrupted because he didn't get it the right way. He got it by, thievery, and he got it by bloodshed. That's how Esau got his riches. They're not really good businessmen. I'm starting to really see that when I look at how they business is structured and how they outsource. They don't have a long-term mindset to really run something beneficial. Esau gets everything quickly because he just worked that sword to get it. And that's how they've been propping their country up. It's been propped up. Babylon the Great has been propped up by war, when I really think about it. It's been propped up by war. Esau doesn't do good business. He just goes steal somebody's resources. And that's why his riches are corrupted. So verse 3, it says, your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust in them should be a witness against you. That's this little messed up economy we got now, because inflation gonna kick in when that dollar crash. Like, you can sense it now. And I talk to my family, especially my older family. They tell me what stuff used to cost. And I look at, what it costs now, and you can just see inflation done came up a major way. And we ain't seen nothing yet. They got a thing called hyperinflation. That's gonna kill. If Brics bring their currency online, it'll make the US dollar automatically go into hyperinflation. And then it'd be no good. The people gonna start crying, hollering, what we gonna do? And Esau gonna say, I got it. CBDC, baby. Central bank digital currency. Calm down, LaQuisha. We got digital currencies. And that's how E gonna play it. And where was I at? It says, and the rust of them should be a witness against you, and shall eat at your flesh as it with fire. Yea, have heaped treasure together for the last days. And see, let's let you know right there, the Esau, all the money he got, the natural resources, the gold, the silver, the diamond, that's all coming to the nation of Israel. So this devil done heaped stuff up, and it's gonna go right to us. That's all Esau did. Because these little middle class Edomites and these working class, they about to be on fire in a minute. Because they're going to realize that the higher level Edomites done sold them out. That's how you're going to see a civil war. When these Budweiser drinking Edomites, hunting, what you call them, redneckers, when them Edomites realize what the elites did to them and they can't make a living anymore, that's when you'll see civil war, Yashrala. You're going to see it. Because all these priests are going to come into play and it's going to eat at Esau flesh because he thought that he was good. He thought he was smart. He thought his system, was the best system ever made. So when they pull up with their digital currency, hey, man, these little, shotgun shooting, moonshine drinking, they not going, them hillbillies, they're not going to take that too good. And the hillbillies they know what that means. When the money goes digital, that's like no more private spending. And then that way, when the money goes digital, you can do gun control. Because they'll just say you can't buy that gun with digital currency. So, and they can say they can put limits on how much meat you buy. Like, it's going to get real draconian when that money turns digital, Yashrala. And these Edomites at the lower level, they know it. And they like freedom. So then that's when they'll fight. I listened to the elder earlier. He made a good point. Like, we think they're going to wild out with the election, which they could or they could not. But things ain't going to like really shake up until you mess with the money. When you mess with, I just say a Babylonian American. When you mess with the money, that's when things are going to like get real. That's when all hell going to break loose. As long as these Babylonians got money and can get some food and go watch the circus, they cool. But when the money zeroes out, then it's going to be a major problem. Matter of fact, man, one of the young Akim sent a cartoon that showed that. I'm over debating if I'm gonna play it or not because it's a cartoon. You might get a copyright strike. But it showed that it was like, what's that cartoon called? Ricky and Morty. And the granddad went and zeroed out the money and everybody went crazy. That's how he ruined the galaxy. And I'm like, they just showing you that on, they call it predictive programming. They just showing you that on a scale. Matter of fact, I know what I'll do, Yashrala. I'll put the link in the comment section. You can just watch the little cartoon clip. That way, I ain't got to worry about a copyright strike and getting the lesson took down. That's how I do it. You can just see it. And that just lets you know this is all a game plan. Esau is going to collapse the dollar, go digital, because that's what he want to do anyway. Because these Edomites want more control. And they know it's like when that money goes digital, that's a baby step into the MOTB, because that's the main goal what Esau want to do, is put a microchip in every person's body. That's the goal, which we can go back and get that. And they are dog walking people into it, and it's like we the only ones that can see it. Because a lot of people in the world ain't too much paying attention. They're not relaying it, scripturally on what's happening, but we are. So I'm gonna read Revelation 13:16. It says, and he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Verse 17, it says, it's economical. And that no man might buy or sell, say that he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Verse 18, here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for the number of a man is number 603 score and 666. So it's going to be on that barcode. It said it might not buy or sell unless you have it. So they're going to start out with CBDC. You got your little digital currency. It might be like a card, your phone. And then the next step going to be micro CHIP. And if you don't have that, you can't buy or sell. You can't be, in society. You can't make any commerce. And that's how they're going to do people. And if you don't, like if you refuse it, you like, I live off the land. He ain't gonna let you do that. Because Esau gonna want you to have to worship the image of that beast. Because he know, like he putting his all into this one move right here. This is Esau's opportunity to extend his rulership. His bet is that he wants everybody to take it. That way Yahweh Shah won't have nobody to save. But as the scriptures say, the whole flock are not going to take the mark of the beast. So Esau done lost. And we have to prove that he's a loser by not taking that. And what do we got to do to not take it? We got to lean on our faith. We're going to lean on our faith. And Yahweh Shah today, he got us. I don't have to take that micro CHIP because I was told what that was. And the penalty for that, which we'll leave off with that. And I'll put that little cartoon in the comment section you can check out. So here goes the penalty if you take that MOTB, which is the micro CHIP. And this is Revelation 14:9. It says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive a mark in his forehead or in his hand. Verse 10, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he should be tormented with fire and brimstone. You're going to get leper when them nuclear missiles go off. And the presence of the holy angels in the presence of the Lamb. So you will not get picked up by a chariot if you take the MOTB. That's a badge of dishonor. We are not to take that because we going to lean on the Lord. We want to be on the chariot. We want to make it with Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. We're going to prove that he exists by resisting Esau's temptation. And get ready for him to come down with great wrath, Yahshua, because Esau, that's going to blow his head up because he thinks everybody going to bow down to him. So when he see a group of jakes that's not going to bow down to him, it's going to bring his wrath on. Like, who you think you are. And we got to hang tight. Because the Lord said Esau going to come down with great wrath. And I know a part of that wrath is because some Israelites are not going to take the MOTB, which is going to signify his L that he got coming. Because the devil don't know it, but he already got an L. He already going to lose. You know, he fighting the inevitable right now. You know, he just got to play his role out, but we know how it go. So with that, you know, I just wanted to show that moves is being made and prophecy is moving at a very, very fast pace. And we got to, you know, repent. We got to stay prayed up and get ready to brace for impact. So with that, you know, I hope this has been edifying. I want to say Kwame Yashar Allah. Hey, stay locked in because your Howard Shah is quickly on the way. Shalom.